What is up, guys, and welcome to the Day 69 recap of the 2016-2017 NBA season. We have scientific evidence that proves Kyle Lowry is a human flame. He had 41 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. Alright, 41 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. A really freaking good game. An amazing game from Kyle Lowry. Is it James Harden's triple-double? No. Is it Isaiah Thomas's 52 points, 29 points in the fourth quarter? No. Well, it doesn't sound that good until you further take a look at what he actually did. Those 41 points came on 12 of 16 shooting from the field. 12 of 16 shooting from the field. That is 75%. And not to mention, he was 6 of 7 from downtown, which is 85%. That's just the type of player Kyle Lowry is. He's not the type of guy to go out there and try to drop like 60 points, 50 points, or anything like that. No, he plays within himself and he plays within the offense. He doesn't try and force shots because he feels he's on fire. Because if he did, obviously he would have took more than 16 shots yesterday. You know, the man probably would have took like 30 and wound up with like 60 points, something like that. So he easily could have done that. But to me, like I said, he reminds me of Chauncey Billups. You know, he doesn't let the fact that he's on fire get to his head. He won't try and force anything. He still tries to play within the offense because in the end, he's all about trying to get the Toronto Raptors to win. You know, he's just a genuinely great team leader. But that's not what I want to talk about when it comes to him being the Human Torch. What I want to talk about is his progression so far this season. Take a look at this. We're gonna skip October because there was only a couple games in October, but in November to start the season, Kyle Lowry was ice cold, all right? This was the month where he basically couldn't hit anything, and DeMar DeRozan was basically having to carry the offensive load for the Toronto Raptors. He wound up shooting 43% from the field that month, 41% from three, averaging 20 points and 7 assists. All right, 20 points and 7.5 assists. Now, 43% and 41% from the field doesn't sound bad at all. It's not that bad. Well, 43% is kind of on the lower end. It's not as bad as if you would have actually watched some Raptors game and paid attention to what Kyle Lowry was doing. He was struggling that month. I mean, there were plenty of games where he would shoot like 5 of 15 from the field, 4 of 15 from the field. He started to heat up later that month, which is what I'm gonna get into. Listen to this. In December, he had one of the best months out of any player in the league. In December, he averaged 24.5 points per game, 7 assists per game, on 54% shooting from the field and 50% shooting from three. The man was on fire the entire month. The entire month, the man was on fire. Well, now no one was really talking about this. Why? I don't know. The Raptors did go through a couple of rough patches in the month of December. They had a pretty tough schedule in December. But regardless of that, Kyle Lowry was still on freaking fire that entire month, shooting 50% from three and 54% from the field. You don't get much more on fire than that. And then to start January, he goes off for this 41 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assist game. All right, 41 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 75% shooting from the field, 85% shooting from three. Do you guys see a trend here? Do you guys see a trend? Let's even throw in the 3 games he had in October, just so you guys can see the trend here. In October, the man was awful. There's no way around it. The first few games of the season, the man was straight up trash. No disrespect to Kyle Lowry, it's just how he was. 18.5 points per game, all right, 6 assists. This sounds all right, but then you look at the 36% shooting from the field and the 20% shooting from three. And that's not the Kyle Lowry that's not the Kyle Lowry we know, That's not the Kyle Lowry that started the All-Star game last year. So if you look month by month at his progression, now, of course, and I'm not saying in January you can look for him to shoot 75% from the field and 85% from three. I mean, if he could do that, then he's the freaking MVP. There's no way around it. There's no way to say he's not the MVP if you can turn in that type of performance for an entire month. But what I'm saying is Kyle Lowry each and every month so far this season has been getting better and better and better, and still no one's talked about it for some reason. Another player who was pretty good last night, though, was CJ McCollum. The Blazers won again last night, so I'm sure Blazers fans are happy seeing their team actually going out there and fighting again. Now, it was against the Minnesota Timberwolves. They got the 95-89 win over the Timberwolves. CJ McCollum with a career-high 43 points and 16 of 25 shooting. 43 points, 16 of 25 shooting. He's playing the point guard position with Damian Lillard still having to sit out these games. I think Damian Lillard going down actually could have been like a blessing in disguise for the Portland Trailblazers, because they've had to come together as a team to get some of these wins, to compete in some of these wins. So when he comes back, I think that'll fire them up even more, and they'll look like the more of a team that we expected to see at the start of the season than they had the season so far. For the Minnesota Timberwolves, stop playing Ricky Rubio. Stop freaking playing Ricky Rubio. He cannot do anything for you guys out there. See, he's a playmaking point guard that can't make plays because he can't shoot. No one has to defend Ricky Rubio. The man defends himself. And it's kind of hard to make plays for four of your teammates when you have 5 guys defending those 4 teammates because no one's defending you. Give Chris Dunn some playing time. Cut Ricky Rubio out of the rotation completely. You guys should be looking to trade him like he is the bubonic plague. They say the problem with the Wolves is they need a veteran leadership. They need a bench. All that's true. They do need veteran leadership. They could use a better bench. But right now, the main problem with the Timberwolves is Ricky Rubio. Get rid of him and you will start to see them win some more games. I can guarantee you that. Yo, play Chris Dunn more. Give Chris Dunn some minutes. The man was out there balling yesterday and somehow Ricky Rubio still got more minutes than him. Tim Hardaway Jr. caught freaking flames last night. Tim Hardaway Jr. caught fire, yo. He sent the game into overtime with a late 3. He sent the game into overtime with a late 3. He finished with 29 points. 29 points on 11 of 13 shooting and 6 of 7 from downtown. Now, Kyle Lowry was the only person on fire. He was actually more on fire than Kyle Lowry, but still. And then Paul Millsap, after announcing that he will become a restricted free agent, he will opt out to become an unrestricted free agent, an unrestricted free agent this offseason, and the Atlanta Hawks saying, all right, basically fine, we're going to look to trade you. He responded with a 32-point, 13-rebound game. He's trying to build his case for that huge paycheck right now because I'm sure that's what he's looking forward to. For the Spurs, Kawhi Leonard returned after missing the past couple of games due to gastronitis, but I guess gastronitis might mess you up more than I thought it would, yo. He didn't shoot well. He had probably his worst game of the season. 3 of 12 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3, and he missed the possible game-tying layup in overtime. The Pistons got the win over the Miami Heat last night, 107-98, and no, I'm not about to get hyped for this win, yo. Goran Dragic didn't play, Hassan Whiteside didn't play. Even if they did play, the Heat haven't been a good team this year so far. Tyler Johnson's been having some pretty nice games, Josh Richardson been developing as well. But still, it's the Miami Heat, and then the Pistons also didn't do a very good job of beating them. I mean, for until the third quarter, it looked like the Miami Heat were going to win this game, and if they did, then I still wasn't going to be upset because, like I said, until they're above 500 again, I might even say well above 500, I'm not going to get hype. I'm probably not going to get too upset or anything. And Reggie Jackson, he played well. I mean, he wasn't like dishing the ball much, but he did have 27 points. And then Andre Drummond had a nice game as well, 25 points, 18 rebounds. And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, I think has been their best player so far this season. I love KCP. No matter what the Pistons have done so far this season, I am loving what I'm seeing from KCP. He had 23 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. He's been their best player this season. It's either him or John Lure, not Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond's been off and on, but KCP gives you the effort every single night, and that's just something I wish everyone on this team could learn from. And last but not least, once again, after the Paul George revelation, the Indiana Pacers won again. So that's 2 straight wins after Paul George's revelation thingy. The Pacers beat the Orlando Magic 117-104. Miles Turner, give this guy the ball more. This guy could be a huge part of your team's future. I mean, Miles Turner is pure flames. He just doesn't get involved enough in the offense. So he had 23 points and 12 rebounds last night. 23 points and 12 rebounds, 7 of 13 from shooting. And Miles Turner, I really like the guy. He has a bright future. I just think that he needs to get the ball more. And I think Paul George, kind of like letting go of the chokehold he has on his team. Not saying that Paul George isn't like a phenomenal player or anything, but I think he realized now that he has to just go out there, have fun, do his thing, while also letting his teammates do their thing. So that's going to be really good for the Pacers. He had 19 points last night. And then Jeff Teague also played well again. After that 17 assist game, he had another 9 assists to go with his 12 points last night. So he's doing a good job of getting his teammates involved and running the offense. And that about wraps up all the action of the Day 69 recap of the 2016-2017 NBA season. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like the video if you did like the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already for more daily NBA videos, and also comment down below. I have a question for you guys. What is it that makes a good point guard in the NBA? Now it seems like scoring guards are the thing, but there's still players like Kyle Lowry who aren't necessarily scoring guards. I mean, he does score. I mean, he can score a lot, but once again, he's a guy that looks to get the offense going before he gets his own shot. What does it take to be a great point guard in today's NBA? Well, let me know the most important qualities in a point guard. And until tomorrow, keep getting the buckets, Team SDC, and I'm out of here. Peace!